Hello, welcome back to my channel, Joy Plans. Today I have this plan with me featuring the Crest Press Cyber Monday Mystery Kit. And this kit is super adorable. I feel like I've talked about it a lot. It's not my typical style. However, there's a lot of elements that I love. And I just really love the colors. It is Sadie Piper Designs art, and I love her style. So therefore it's like an automatic yes in my books. I love the moody colors, and I knew I really wanted to use it in kind of like February-ish because of the color scheme. And another thing I love about it is that one of the scenes features the Space Needle in Seattle, which, if you didn't know, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and yeah, I just like love that little hometown touch. This was a really fun week because my husband and I were actually able to get away to a local kind of like ski town. We did not ski, but it's not like a super ski. I shouldn't say it's a ski town. It's not. It's just like a mountain town. So yeah, it was our 7-year dating anniversary, which makes this kit even more special. When I had picked this out, I did not even realize it. We don't really count the dating anniversary. However, it's fun that this happened to land on the week that I'm using this kind of like Seattle-esque kit, because we both met at our college in Seattle. And we used to like go down to the park and like by the Space Needle and all like the downtown areas all during dating. So it just seems like really fun and meant to be that this is the kit that I happen to be using for like our little getaway weekend. And yeah, so long story long, it just all worked out so perfectly. And it ended up just being like a really cozy week. We had a really cold week. I ended up marking that on the sidebar because it was just, it was really cold. It was a little rainy, but mostly just really cold. So just a lot of indoor time, and it was pretty uneventful except for the weekend. And even the weekend, it was just really chill. So this is kind of this was the week that we moved from February to March, and my school celebrated kind of like Read Across America week. So we did a bunch of stuff with books, and like authors and book studies this week. So that was fun, and it had like theme days every day. So that was kind of a fun way to come back from mid-winter break. It felt like the longest week since we are coming off of having a week off of school. Now like looking back on it, I'm like, wow, that week felt like so many weeks into one. But it was good to be back. When I came home on Monday, I basically crashed and just had a lazy night and just watched Love Island and just cuddled Sadie because I just needed to decompress because it was just so much. But then the rest of the week, it was pretty chill, just catching up on TV shows, lots of planning time. Did some printable kit stuff, packed for the weekend, did a big tidy up because my brother-in-law was coming over to stay and watch the dog. So we wanted to make sure that the house was all cleaned up. And then we went on our weekend away and just kind of relaxed, and it was fun to just be able to have like dedicated date time. We don't do a lot of like date nights, so it felt really special to just, take a little drive, catch up, and get sleep. And like I know people that have kids and then you like get a weekend away, you get sleep. We have a dog, and the dog obviously wakes us up, so it was really nice. We got 12 hours of sleep, and it felt amazing. I sleep really well pretty much everywhere, but my poor sweet husband does not. So, I know I got 12 hours. I'm not sure if he did, but I was knocked out, and we had like blackout curtains. It was fantastic. And then I treated myself to a spa day on Saturday and got a massage and went early to just like enjoy the facilities. And then we had like our dinner out. And and then on Sunday I ended up just catching up the lobby, the view from the lobby. I actually posted it to my Instagram stories because it was just so stunning. So I grabbed a coffee from the lobby coffee shop, which their coffee I thought was going to be really bad, and it was amazing. Literally some of the best coffee, which was just really funny. So yeah, I got up early on Sunday while my husband was still sleeping, and I snuck out with my laptop and my backpack with some grading. So I grabbed coffee, did a bunch of grading, and did some printable kit prep. I was cropping the Cinco de Mayo kit, which I got from Apple Blossom Prints, and if you know me, you know that is one of the hardest kits to crop and work with the Cricut. It just it's not compatible at all. However, she had the best, she had one of the only printable kits for the Cinco de Mayo art that I really wanted from Sadie Piper Designs. So I took the time and made it work. So yeah, then we drove home right after, and it was great. So that was kind of the play-by-play of the week. But for the base, I used the sparkly hollow underlays. No, they're just hollow underlays from Scribble Prints Co. as part of her advent. And I used the stars ones because it matches the bottom washi overlays that I used. However, I was going across through my foil binder, and I didn't see that there's also a sparkly hollow celestial, and it had the moons and stuff, and I was like, oh, I should have used that. But nonetheless, it was still cute, and I like that I used a couple different square boxes this week so you could see it peeking through a little bit more. It made me realize that maybe I should start incorporating those square boxes more, in my printable kits or something, to show off the foil, because they end up being very cute. But yes, another draw to this kit is the celestial draw, because I knew I had celestial foil that I was just never using. So even these underlays, although star underlays you could use for a lot of different things. But this moon overlay from Planet Hannah, that was the top bottom washi overlay. It is in shattered hollow, and I got that from a grab bag forever ago. Along with Carly Plan's her freebie from Planet Hannah, this is also forever ago, and it's in that same shattered hollow, and it's like a moon. And I put that on the sidebar, you can see, and I feel that kind of ties it all together. And I did feel there were two boxes were really similar. It was the stack of books and planners, vertical and horizontal. So that's why I didn't feel bad placing a big overlay over one of the stacks of books. So random. And then the stars overlay is from Murdoch Talks, and it's just in regular hollow, and it's also been in my collection for forever and a day. So I felt good to use some of that up. But yeah, so my date dots are from McPlans, just in black. I love that they're kiss cut and bold. They're just amazing. I ended up with the deco sprinkling in some of the moons from the bottom washi sheet. I love when shops have the 15 millimeter, and then they also have the kiss cut like this right here. That's my favorite. I don't need another strip of the bottom washi, so having little kiss cut corresponding icons work fantastic, and it kind of just brings that little bit of foil up to the top and at the bottom, and that is great for me personally. So love that. What else for this week? Oh, I marked school using paper milk backpacks. I love those backpacks, and I kind of am trying to use up the sheet. So I was looking at the sheet, and I was like, oh, these are kind of the colors. There's one day on Tuesday you'll see it's a light blue color, which doesn't really go with the week. However, if you look closely, there is blue. It's not one of the main four colors, but there is that shade of blue in a lot of the full boxes. So yes, pulled that in along with the McPlan school script. I'm trying to think, what else did I do this week? It's pretty basic. I was really struggling with these moons, but I was convinced that I was going to get them in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you used this kit this year. I know I saw a couple different people posting used it in February, or like, when are you planning on using it? I know I've seen a couple people already use it. Some people were using it in February because it kind of gave those vibes. I pulled in, which, speaking of February, I pulled in a sampler from McPlans this week and used a lot of stickers from it. And it was her like February Valentine's Day doodle variety, like pig scripts. And so it gave me like a couple date night pigs on date night, a couple pigs on their laptops, and like the shades of pink were just so spot on. The pigs with the flowers, and then the pigs holding the hearts, which the pigs holding the hearts are like my favorite. So love that little sampler, and I used a lot of them this week just because the colors matched. I love being able to pull in purple stuff. I feel like this kit, there's some weeks when you are like laying down the stickers and you're like, no colors in my collection match this spread. Like, none of my doodles, none of my characters match this. But then there's other weeks where you're like, yay, this matches perfectly. I have options. And that was this week. I feel like the McPlans colors match really well. My Carly Plan like any of her samplers worked really well with either shades of pink or the purple. And that's just like honestly the best feeling. I know that's so random, but yeah, so that is pretty much it for my pre-planning. I think I'm going to add in the stuff on the sidebar you can see here. I did mark Hello March, which was from my March sampler from the McPlans monthly samplers. Literally cannot say enough good things about those monthly samplers. And then the little like flower doodle sticker that goes with it is from Paper and Milk, and it's from the sampler from a really long time ago. But I love the little flowers, and I felt like the colors matched perfectly, and it was just kind of like a good little, intro to March. So yeah, for the sidebar, I also stacked February and March scripts, also from McPlans, because I love when it's a new month, so I can do that. I can never decide if you just pick one. Like, if you are somebody that just does one, do you do for this week, for example, would you say it is the week of February, or would you say it's the week of March? It is both, so I just don't know. How do you decide just one? That's why I do two. And then here I'm just going back and checking my monthly to make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't know what I would have missed. Or maybe I end up marking that our drive and packing. Yeah, that's what I end up missing. But yeah, I really stretched this kit to make it work. And I'm glad it's not all on camera, because it took me a while to figure out how to get all the boxes that I wanted in, because mini kits are really hard to stretch these days. So I really feel like I need to bump up and get a bigger kit size, but sometimes that's just not feasible, and you got to work with what you got. Sorry, I bumped my camera. Actually, I think that was my dog. She bumped it, but she likes to get very involved in the planning process. I feel like I should end with like one or two this or that questions. So BRB. All right, let's do this random this or that. First one is coffee shop or farmer's market. I love a good farmer's market, but coffee shops have my introvert heart. Okay, the next one is art museum or reading. I think reading. The next one is a road trip or picnic, and I'd have to say road trip. Next question is movies all day or beach all day. For sure, beach all day. However, I do like a good movie day. So I guess it kind of depends. If it's going to be cold at the beach, then movies. But if it's going to be warm at the beach, you better believe I'm going to be there all day. And then the next one is smoothies or ice cream. For sure, ice cream. And that's all we have time for. Let's skip to the end. All right, this is how the spread turned out. There's the bottom washi. I'm literally obsessed with how this turned out. And I've normally been on a color blocking kick, but this has been like refreshing to take a step back and just use some really fun colors, and the foil at the bottom is just so great. And yeah, and I love the little sprinkled moons at the top as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye everyone.